Would like, if I may, to take you on a strange journey.
Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning from Japan, from a stormy Japan. It's Gray over at Wakizashi's Teahouse. How you doing? Are you good? Are you Genki? That's the question. Just checking the connection is on. All seems to be okay. It's been really stormy. We had crazy thunderstorms over here Friday night, last night. Going to bed and like the house was shaking at one point. It was crazy. No naughty thoughts there. And now you might hear it in the background. There's a bit of wind. It's blowing away. Here's Gray talking about the weather because that's it. That's the most interesting thing about my channel. Talking about the weather. Absolutely marvelous. Cheers. Anyway, just made a nice hot coffee. Oh God, that hits the spot. Yeah, it's quite a strong one. Looking forward to enjoying that as we go. Great to see Dwayne in the chat. How you doing, Dwayne? Good evening from WNY. I hope you're good. I hope you're Genki. Big Game 5, what can we say? Absolutely legendary. What a fantastic finale that was. I'm looking forward to going back and reading them all, in one go. And I'm probably going to pick up the trade. I want to buy a present, give myself a present for Christmas. Hey, Gray, Merry Christmas. Love from Gray. Here's a copy of the Big Game trade paperback. So yeah, looking forward to that. So, what has been going on? How are things with you? Do let me know in the comments. I'm using StreamYard tonight, today as you can see, so I can actually highlight comments again. Taking a chance with StreamYard because with this weird weather, the connection might be a bit iffy, but we'll see. We'll see how we go. Yeah, it's been a good week. It's been a very busy week. I was freezing yesterday. We had work, and I say it's crazy that the temperatures just dropped so suddenly. They had no heaters on at work, at the schools, because the schools are all like broke. There's no money. There's no money in Japan hardly, especially for education. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? So yeah, I was wrapped up, but I was still really cold. And I don't know. Do you ever get those like what do you call it? I've got autumn hay fever. Aki Kaffenshow, whatever, autumn hay fever. But when your body gets cold, I kind of got an allergy to cold. I'm just an old pussy. What a nightmare. Great to see. Awesome one in the chat. Looking good. Yeah, do you like my background? It's kind of a bluey, weirdy, aquamarine green. I'm going for a Godzilla theme because, as I'm sure Copa will tell you, Godzilla. Gray is a Godzilla channel now. Wakizashi's Teahouse. I'm abandoning the comic reviews, which get, for those like 50 views a video, and I'm going for Godzilla. Nah, I'm only joking. Just making the most of an early release in Japan. That's all it was. Dwayne's definitely going to pick up the various trades. Yes, definitely. I'm sure, as you know from me, I have to get digital copies. So I want to get the physical trade for Big Game. I want to have it in my hands. Ladies, there we go. I want to be able to enjoy the actual, the look of the art. The art is amazing by Pepe Larraz. Awesome one is asking, is Japan bankrupt? Supposedly, yeah. That's why the yen is so weak. People are not, most people aren't getting pay rises apart from the obscenely rich, the big company owners and the elites. No one's getting pay rises, haven't for years. Japan's been steeped in recession pretty much since I've been here, if you can believe that. I've been here like 20 years. We kept hearing that Japan is... You wouldn't believe it if you could show physically, the debt. Yeah, man, it's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Copa's saying, should have put Godzilla Minus One mega review in the title. No. Instead, I've done one of my weird computer terminology. And do you know what? ZIFS. Zero insertion force socket. Ladies, how about that? How was your zero insertion force socket this morning? That's the question. It's daylight savings, Gray. Is it? I know, the times are all mixed up, aren't they? Do you know, I always forget to promote my channel, promote my live streams, just usually go for it. I remember to put it on Twitter, but I forgot to put what time. So I just put starting in 10 minutes, maybe. let's share a screen a minute. Oh god, this mic, I've got to sort this mic out. Just blocking everything. Let me show you, I'm sure you want to know what zero insertion force socket is. I just picked it randomly because, you know, it sounded cool. I went for the Z's, for the Z's. Zero insertion force is a type of IC socket or electrical connector that requires very little, but not literally zero, force for insertion. And there's a lovely zero insertion force socket. Oh, I'm talking about. Oh my god. Okay, let me get back to the stream. Zags, I know, mate. Can you believe it? I'm catching you up. I'll be on 23 or 25,000 before you know it. Yeah, it makes a change from, you know, getting even lucky to get 40 new subscribers in 1 month. That's my average, between 40 and 50 if I'm lucky. I've actually got, thanks to those 2 Godzilla videos, I've got 200 new subscribers. The problem is, like, when they see what my channel normally covers, they'll be like, oh, what's this? Unsubscribe immediately. There we go. Copa and Zax. Also, after I've had a bit of a Wakizashi waffle, if you guys are up for it, and Zax, if you're Genki, if you're feeling better, I'll throw you the link later on if you want, because there's things I want to talk about. There are actually things, I've got things to talk about. But I'll tell you what, speaking of Copa, I was really enjoying on a replay course, because I have to work when you guys are all streaming. I was watching Copa's live stream from, was it Sunday night or Monday? I can't remember, with the time difference. Mate, it was so cool. You're so relaxed. You take it so easy. You're not like talking 90 miles an hour like me, like a madman. I always get afraid if there's like a moment of silence. But there's no problem, is there? It doesn't bother people, does it? Tune in. It's like, you know, you can't waste. Listen to me now. You can't waste a second, Gray. You got to keep talking. Do you know how hard that is as well for me? As a complete and utter, what's the word? I'm famous for being a good listener. Growing up, you know, with my father and my brother, I had to be. Oh my God, talk about 2 motor mouths. Shout out to John. Respect to John. Shrine over there for him. But anyway, to me dad. And my brother Mick, yeah, man, he could talk the arse off a donkey. Unbelievable. Copa's saying, in other words, Kim Kardashian has a ZIF, a zero insert force socket. I've got to stop saying that. Okay. Gray, I was channeling my inner you and waffling to death. No, it's great, but I tell you, mate, you getting so much more interaction from the chat. I'm not having a go, I'm just saying, because, you know, Zach's Copa people who I see later on, it's like when I'm watching, I'm kind of really trying to hide that I'm really jealous. Like, oh my God, you know, like 35 people watching at once or something. And then when you see the views, you're like, you know, way over 100. I'm just desperate. Desperation. Jacob's here. How you doing, Jacob? Good to see you. Waffle. My God, Jacob, are you a member? I didn't realise. Use those emojis. Go for it. Go crazy. Why not? So is everything good? Everything all right? I see YouTube's been weird lately, and StreamYard. But what is kind of ironic is the signal, StreamYard, it's got better since I went back to the free plan. Stop paying for it. Good job, StreamYard. Well done. There we go. Okay. Right, where are we? What should we do? I was going to talk about things, wasn't I? I was going to talk about something. Guys, we've got news as well. It's Godzilla related, of course, but where are we? Let me share something. Did you even know this was out? That's the question. Share screen. I think it's still Friday, isn't it, in America? Just about. You're also on Saturday. It's late night Friday. On Apple TV, I think it was Friday. Monarch. I want to say like British. Monarch. Legacy of Monsters. Dropped the first 2 episodes. Now, in Japan, it's very difficult to get Apple TV. I'm not even sure how. You know, it's some ridiculous, like, massive mendokusai, pain in the arse to register. I think you've got to go and buy an iPhone, and then, you know, do it through that. But maybe I could be exaggerating. But yeah, from what I've heard, the first 2 episodes dropped Friday, and yeah, did you know Kurt Russell's in it? I had no idea. I wonder if it'll be good. Kurt Russell, Wyatt Russell. Some hot Asian girls and ladies, should say, hot Asian ladies in there. From what I've been hearing about this, look at this as well. I watched the opening 5 minutes sneakily just before I went live, and there is some action. Because I've seen in some of the reviews people complaining that it's a very talky, not a lot of action series. There's a lot of setup. Well, there has to be, doesn't there? It's episode 1, but it opens with a really cool bit of, I think it's like Skull Island action with giant spiders. Look at that, pretty cool. And I think this is a flashback to is it referencing the 2014 Godzilla movie? Is that the right one? I get them all mixed up. Certainly not the 1998 one, although, come on. Matthew Broderick. How can you go wrong with him? But yeah, it's looking good. Giant crab as well. Crab action. Watch those crabs, Copa. Be careful there. Kurt Russell still going. Look at him. Looking good. I like his grey weave, his grey hair going on there. There's hope for me yet. So the question is, are you going to watch Monarch? And if you are, is it going to be good? Are you interested? I'd love to hear. Do let me know in the chat. So yeah, 2 episodes dropped, and I'm going to try and watch those later on today, if I can sort out the whole Apple account thing, streaming. Oh, I meant to show that photo of her. Look at this actress. Who is that? Where are we? Let's go back to the photos. Mari Yamamoto. Mari Yamamoto. Let's have a look. Excuse me. Here's Kurt one more time. Come on. Come on, guys. It's just me. Come on. How can you resist? Very, very attractive lady there. I think this is his Kurt Russell's son. This must be Wyatt, because he's got the look of him, hasn't he? Look at his eyes. Look at the face. Look at the jaw. Certainly a bit of a look of Kurt Russell there. And who else is in this? Any more? Oh, that's the last photo. Oh, no, no, it's not. Good grief. It says there's 53. They're all the same ones. Some secrets cannot be contained, especially in trailers. There we go. So yeah, looking interesting. What do you think? Where are we? Let's catch up with the chat. Cope is saying that you can go wrong with Matthew Broderick by getting in the passenger seat with him. That's gone over my head. Movie reference, Copa, is it? Or is it a real-life news reference? Dwayne is waving at Zax. And Morning Haze, great to see you. Definitely gonna watch. Okay, cool, yeah. And hello. Nice to see you, mate. Thank you for tuning in. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to Monarch catching up. But tell you what, I'm still so excited about Godzilla Minus One. And yeah, the videos are doing pretty well. They're still ticking over, doing all right. Did you see the US trailer where they show a bit more? The Japanese trailer is awesome because they're really clever. They don't show too much. They give you little hints, of the Godzilla scenes. And I think that's so cool. It's better than showing too much. But maybe the American trailer, there's one, I think, where they start to show the atomic breath. Not the atomic breasts, unfortunately, but the atomic breath of Godzilla. And it is epic. When you see it, if you see it on the big screen, yeah, definitely go and see it in the cinema, mate. You got to. This is what do you call it? This is a command, no choice. You have to do this from Gray, from Wakizashi. Welcome, great to see you. Okay, yeah, thanks, Zax. Appreciate that. Welcoming people in. Matthew Broderick likes to, allegedly, kill people with his car, says Copa. Jesus, Copa. No. Copa's playing the Nosferatu role today because I think Nos is busy. Nos is getting married. Nos is marrying Salty Travelling Sea, I think, as far as I know. No, I think he's gone to a family wedding, possibly. Where are we? I think he's a professional about it, says Zax. The question is, Jacob is asking, what happens when Godzilla gets the clap? He steps on a city. Good grief. Good grief, Jacob. What do you like? Bit naughty? No, I'm joking. So, come on, you want to know some Godzilla Minus One news, don't you? You've been waiting for this on tenterhooks. Where are we? Let's share a bit of the box office news. Now, this is the latest, and it's dated. It's going back to, I think, Wednesday or Thursday. It's taken 2.112 billion yen, which with a crappy exchange rate right now, it translates to about 14 million US dollars. 14 million. So we're talking, it's only 1 million off the whole total budget, if you can believe it. I still can't get over that. The actual movie, the whole movie budget was $15 million. Come on. Attendance is good. It's maybe not as high, I think they're saying, as Shin. It's just behind Shin Godzilla, which seemed to have done a bit better. Not the first weekend, but over this 2 weeks. Weekend actuals for Godzilla Minus One were updated. The numbers are even higher than originally estimated, says this report on the wonderful GodzillaMovies.com. I'm not being sarcastic, it's cool. I love this site, it's great. Where are we? Yeah, as I say, 14.1 million US dollars. $14. Jesus, is that all? And the second week, yeah, it's okay. Minus One's second weekend, it trails Shin Kamen Rider. Got to do the pose. Kamen Rider. Final gross by just a little bit, 220,000 yen. Wow, that's like my pay. That's my pay for a month, maybe. And its attendance, okay. It's past Shin Kamen Rider's gross, and yeah, the attendance sits at 1.5 million, so looking good. But Japan is not a massive country for box office. I don't know why. Whether people are still afraid of going back to the cinema after you know what, the thing that can't be named. So it could be to do with that. But very successful. It's doing very well, and it's out in America in December, the beginning of December. So, are you excited? Are you looking forward to it? Yeah, Zax, it's out as far as I know. It's out today, Friday. I could do a review of that, couldn't I? But my God, that means I actually doing some work. And it's the weekend for me. The weekend's here. I just want to take it easy. I was busy this morning. Got up quite early with the thunder and lightning had finally stopped. And what was I doing? I was editing there's a new members video out. It's the latest issue. Well, not the latest issue. It's a review of Doom Patrol, issue 26. A really good issue from Grant Morrison. Back in the summer of 1989. The happy days when Gray was 16. Pickup truck. Out of money. Out of luck. And yeah, that's going to be members only for the first 2 days. And then it goes on general release. But it's worth listening to. We had a good laugh. Jim's hilarious to talk to. Talking about things that we enjoy, good Grant Morrison comics from back in the day. So yeah, that was fun. So I was doing that this morning, and then I had a bit of lunch. What do you call it? What do they have? Tamago, namatamago kake gohan, which is raw egg on hot rice, and you mix it all up. It's a protein meal. It's a sumo meal. Well, not really. Not enough for the sumo, is it? It got me buzzing, and I almost did half a shiko after that. Not quite, didn't quite make one shiko, but I managed almost half. Okay, here we go. Gray and Someday +1, says Awesome One. Gray, does your area still have people masked up? Yes, it does, because it's the influenza season now in Japan. Like it used to be in the old days, winter. Remember, influenza? It disappeared. Surprisingly disappeared for a year, but it's back now. So I'm kind of being silly and sarcastic, but Japanese has always had a mask culture during the hay fever season, which is spring and autumn now, and also the influenza season. And it's more for people like when they catch a cold, just say you've caught a cold or you caught a bug, people put them on then to supposedly, out of respect, not to spread your your disease. But I think since the Mexican beer bug, since that, it's just gone crazy and people have got used to wearing them. So they're wearing more and more. That's what I think. In the schools, it's not forced. It's always down to you. It's your choice. But when the influenza is on the up, like it has been recently, one of the schools I worked in, they actually closed the school for a couple of days. The lucky students, not the teachers. They still had to go. But they got a couple of days off because it wasn't half the school, but maybe 4 or 5 grades. Half the classes were out with influenza. So there we go. Yeah, it's rare to do that. They do close classes sometimes, but not the whole school. I was pretty surprised. So yeah, I think people got in the habit of wearing it. Anyway, Anyway, look at that. Awesome one. You got me on a huge waffle about masks. But yeah, it was weird for me to get used to when I first came over, seeing them, especially in the winter. I was like, what's going on? It's like, oh, right, influenza. So people wear it as prevention, but also they wear it when they catch something and not to spread it around. Gray renamed his channel Gray Minus One, says Copa. Although Awesome One is Gray and Someday Plus One. I like them both. Cavitino, Cavalryman, Jay, Konnichiwa, Gray Sensei. Oh, hey, good evening. Hey, mate. Wow, you sound like one of my students then. Thank you. I really appreciate that, calling me Gray Sensei. Gray Sensei. That's cool. It's Friday, Jacob. I'll take it. Zax. Here's a question from Cavatino. Has anyone else seen Godzilla vs. Kong the New Empire? As far as I know, that's out next year, isn't it? It's one of the reasons why Toho, the Japanese movie company that has the rights, they supposedly, this is what I've read, I don't know if it's true, they were going to release Godzilla Minus One next year because that is the 70th anniversary. 70 years since the first Godzilla movie, Gojira, back in 1954. But due to a deal with Legendary, the studios that are now doing the MonsterVerse stuff, they're not allowed to release a Japanese Godzilla movie in the same year as an American one, as a Legendary one. So Godzilla Kong, the New Empire is coming out, as far as I know, 2024. So they brought Minus One, they brought it forward to November 2023. So lucky for me, lucky for us, we get to see it earlier. So people wanted to mask up where cosplaying Japanese for 2 years. Yeah, I know, right? Hey there, Miss Martin Muses. Nice to see you. I hope you're good. I hope you're Genki. Great to see you. And hey, let's have a look. Hello from Hiroshima. Nice to see you. I think I recognize your avatar from maybe a comment on one of the videos. Wow, arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. If you're not Japanese, sumimasen. Just went a bit Japanese then, but hontoni arigato. I really appreciate you watching the video and leaving a comment, and a kind comment too. I tell you, I got some crackers. I got some great comments. Not as many, as the Matrix video reviewer did a long time ago, but I got some beauties. Hey, yes. So Ron P's here as well. Wakizashi in chat, shouting out, listening in the background. Great to have you here. Really appreciate you tuning in. That's brilliant. Are you looking forward to, or have you seen Godzilla Minus One? That is the question. Oh, the CG. Oh, mate. Where are we? Hikikomori Boya is the channel name, the avatar name. Sorry, my kanji reading skills are terrible. I can't read very well. The CG is amazing. That's all I'll say about Godzilla. The CG, I mean, I can't believe they've done it. 15 million for everything. That's probably because the director, had the control of it. He was the VFX supervisor, wasn't he, too? Wow, that late it would be spread by the seas by then, and most people would find out the ending. I think Awesome One, and this is from a comment on one of the reviews. Somebody said there's a perfect copy out there on torrent with English subtitles, which I haven't even seen it with English subtitles because, of course, in Japan for a Japanese movie they won't release it with English subtitles. That's maybe, if you're lucky, you'll get it on the DVD release. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it one more time with the English. I got most of it. The story's not that difficult to get, but, there were little things, little nuances, little technical words which I couldn't get. And I'm sure you know what it's like when you've watched a movie just once. There's things that you miss, aren't there? Things that you kind of forget about, and it's like, oh, yeah, when you're rewatching it, I should have talked about that, or I should have brought this point up. So, there we go. Yeah, welcome back, Ron. Good to see you. Great. Thanks, Zax. Appreciate it. Shouting people out. Look at Zax. Are you Genki, Zax? Are you better? I hope you're feeling better. That is the question. So that was the Godzilla Minus One news. It's still doing very well. It's not, setting the box office on fire, but that could be due to people being more hesitant to go out, go to the box office, go to the cinema. And because Japan is basically an aging or an aged population, people over 60, not quite. I'm getting there. People over 60, it's some crazy high percentage. You'd be amazed. So it's a very conservative country. Where are we? I wanted to talk about something else on this awesome GodzillaMovies.com site. There's a good article about the director, Takashi Yamazaki-san. He was talking about why initially he hesitated. He didn't want to make a Godzilla movie. I was like, really? I think it was a bit of a clickbait title though. So let's talk about this. Let me just share screens 1 second. Here we go. Yamazaki-san, what a star. The Minus One director explains why he initially turned down Godzilla. And he also talks about the movie's very Japanese, in quotation marks, themes. Here we go. So again, shout out to this website, GodzillaMovies.com. Director Takashi Yamazaki has had a tremendous career in film. He has won 4 Japanese Academy Awards and pushed the envelope of digital effects in Japan. At this point, he could do anything he wants. Even turned down a chance to direct the King of Monsters himself. So this is with an interview with Yamazaki-san. There's a few quotes here and there. First one, he says, I had been approached several times but turned it down until my team's technology was capable of expressing the Godzilla I had envisioned. It wasn't until Shin Godzilla in 2016, wasn't until that was released that he felt confident he could do it. Yamazaki-san said, after seeing Shin Godzilla, my motivation increased and my technology evolved considerably. This is important. I was once again formally approached and this time decided to give it a try. Okay, not sure about this wording here in the article. Look at that. I'm going to read it carefully. Yamazaki-san's Godzilla came with a very Japanese take, shall we say, which he feels is absent from the Hollywood films. Well, yeah, of course it would be, wouldn't it? You know, the Made in America, the Hollywood films are going to focus more on the Western side, the Western story. There is a concept in Japan, said Yamazaki-san, called Tatarigami, spirits that bring calamity. There are good gods and there are bad gods. Godzilla is half monster, but it's also half god, says Yamazaki. Toho's Godzilla is pictured as both a monster and a god, while American-produced Godzilla seems to have a more monstrous flavour. You know, it's basically he's saying it's more like an out-and-out monster, the legendary monsters, the monster-verse. Though he did clarify that he enjoyed the special effects of the recent Hollywood films and he was a fan of Godzilla 2014 by Gareth Edwards, who recently praised the new movie Minus One. Meanwhile, Yamazaki-san hinted that the movie's themes would lean closer to Godzilla's roots than the American films and some of the more recent iterations. Okay, another quote here. Yamazaki said, I love the original Godzilla and I felt I should stay true to that spirit, addressing the issues of war and nuclear weapons. I'm hoping that people will feel the reality of a government that doesn't do much in the face of national emergencies, and that things do not go very well without civil initiative to resolve them. Also, the results of cronyism and disregard for life. Now, I'm not very clever. I'm not the brightest flower in the bunch, but but I had to look up what cronyism was when I first read this. Like, cronyism, is that like nepotism? You know, nepotism is when you kind of hire people. It's basically you get jobs based on who you know, not what you know, that kind of thing. I'm paraphrasing here, but yeah, cronyism is basically the similar thing where you put people in positions of power, whether it's government or especially in government, based on their connection with you rather than their qualifications. You know, it's people like in the UK, if you all went to Eton school, college, and went to Oxford or Cambridge, you know, they all go and stick together and hire their friends, that kind of thing. It's also commenting on Godzilla, especially the Shin Godzilla, by the way. Shin Godzilla from 2016. I only recently watched the whole movie and it's really, really good. It put me off to begin with because I only had a Japanese copy, no English subtitles, and it's very, very difficult to understand because it focuses on the government response to begin with, yeah. So you got a lot of very technical government-based language, how they deal with it. It's just very, very text heavy to begin with. But I found a copy recently with English subtitles, so I was watching it. Man, it's such a good movie. That movie, I think, is commenting on how poorly, supposedly, the Japanese government handled the Fukushima nuclear, breakdown, the power plant exploding, and the whole disaster. The way that they were they just couldn't act in time, and it just got worse and worse. And they were giving out information. They were being told basically, yeah, it's okay. It's not going to melt down. It's going to be safe. You're going to be okay. Listening to people, taking advice from people instead of just going for it and acting. Well, there we go. But yeah, Shin Godzilla, definitely check it out. So you can tell this movie's got a more Japanese theme to it. Set in post-war Japan, Godzilla Minus One will once again show us a Godzilla that is a terrifying and overwhelming force. Japan, which had already been devastated by the war, faces a new threat with Godzilla, bringing the country from nothing, from absolute zero, right after the Second World War, into the minus. Hence the -1 from the title. Okay, let's get back to you, if you're still here in the chat. Good grief. Zax has got bronchitis and a sinus infection. I'm a mess, but I have meds now. Oh, you've got the meds. Oh, I hope they're good, mate. I hope you're feeling better. Is it snowing near you yet, Zax? I tell you what, awesome one. It's we had our first snow over here, just on the mountain. The top of Mount Dyson was snow-capped last week. Monday morning, it was awesome. It's been really cold, though. We had a little bit of sleet today, a bit of wet, rainy snow. There we go. They sure as hell ain't going to see the Marvels, says Dwayne. Oh, God. Purposefully, Dwayne, I'm not even talking about that. I don't mean comments. I mean, there's so many people doing reviews and doing reactions, and it's yeah, they're getting loads of views. People want to hear reviewers, basically saying how bad or how average or whatever mediocre it is. I can't be bothered. No interest in seeing that movie. What the hell is soup other than dystopian flavoured water? Copa reminds me of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the book, the wonderful book by Roald Dahl, where poor old Charlie Bucket, they have to live on, is it boiled cabbage or cabbage soup? It's just basically hot water with cabbage boiled in it. Oh my God, that's dystopian soup, if ever there was one. Minestrone is Italian or someone. Sounds good to me. Yo, low spec, Gojira! Yes, shout out to Gojira. Gojira. Tell you, man, I want to go back. I keep saying this, but I wish I had more time. I wish I didn't have to work for a living, you know what I mean? I wish we didn't have a huge mortgage I've got to pay off until I'm 355 years old. I think that's when the payments stop. If I ever retire, I've got to get another job. I've got to go back to work and keep working till I die, till I drop. That's life in modern, broken Japan. Not just here, right? I know, all over the world. Is it anywhere in the world doing well at the moment? Any countries, prospering? Wow, that got serious, didn't it, suddenly? I don't know how we got there, low spec, but I'm blaming you. No, I'm joking. Where are we? I tell you what, I am absolutely Hontoni lucky, Dale. I'm really lucky to live here.
Lucky him. You're lucky. He's lucky. I'm lucky. We're all lucky.
Are you feeling lucky? We're all lucky. Ha 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 ha. Okay, back to the comments. Hey Copa, at least Charlie Chaplin at his boiled boot when he was starving. He wasn't going to go out eating soup, says Copa. Yeah. Charlie Chaplin, man. Now that's a movie, not the originals of course, that's a movie I need to rewatch, the Robert Downey Jr. one. Yeah, I've not seen that for years. Zax, have you tried hot lemonade with honey and gin for your Sue Storm throat? Heavy on the gin. Okay, Jacob, I like the sound of that. That's different to the hot toddy, which I used to, I still use sometimes, and recommend to Nosferatu. Hot toddy is basically the same thing. It's hot water with honey and lemon juice with whiskey inside. And if you can, a little bit of cloves or clove powder. The clove is very good, by the way, for the throat. You've got a sore throat. If you bite on, don't bite and eat. Just bite on a clove, release it, let the ether release into your throat. It really takes the pain away. It's amazing, but it does kind of smell a bit. Yeah, don't worry, Jacob. But gin, and not whiskey. Might try that. Do like a good hot toddy when you've got a cold. Okay, so that was the -1. We're caught up with Godzilla. Godzilla! That's sorted. What else did I want to talk about? There's so much to talk about, guys. There really is. I'm all excited. Kind of all over the place. Yes. Unrelated news, but a little bit of comic book news. This is amazing. I got a huge surprise in the post. In the post the other day. It came. I've been waiting for this, right? I'm not even joking. I think it was almost 3. It was almost 3 years. It's definitely 2.5. Can you guess what it is yet? Let's try and build it up. This is a project which I got the first release, the first book from, and I really enjoyed it. So I thought, okay, I'm going to back part 2. I'm going to back it from the beginning. I'll be there, and hopefully I'll have it within a year. It's like 3 years later. I think it was 3 years, 2.5. Yes, here we go. I'll give you a hint. Let me show something to the screen. This came with it. I didn't back this. This was part of the package. Can you see that there? It's a toy which I haven't opened yet. I'm going to keep it in the box because the box is pretty awesome. Still not saying the name, but you can read it, I'm sure. Yes, Cyberfrog. Cyberfrog Part 2. Rekt Planet. Finally arrived. Oh God, I can't remember the year I backed it. I think it was 2020. Around summer, so it is about 3 years. Unless I'm a year out and it was 2021, yeah. So it's been 2 years. Let's have a little not unboxing, but I want to show you it. I'm so glad I chose the J Lee cover, the variant. It's kind of foil though, so it might be very shiny and hard to see. Look at this! Look, how awesome is that? That J Lee. If I get out of the way, it might focus on it better. Wow! Look at that cover. Cyberfrog, finally here. Cyberfrog 2, Rekt Planet. If Dwayne's still here, I think he might be interested in this. I don't know, though. I don't know. He might not be a fan of EVS. He loves courting controversy, doesn't it, EVS? But I tell you what, he's never dull. If you ever watched one of his streams, he's hilarious. But yeah, it came. It finally came. I was delighted. I was jealous because Ginger Ninja, who also lives in Japan, he's in a different area than me. He got his a while back. I was like, oh, mate, I've been waiting. I'd kind of given up. I thought, I don't think I'm ever going to get it. But it came. It was here. Yay. All caps comics. There we go. There we go. That was a little bit of a, what do you call it? Tangenting. A bit of a tangent. Also came with these as well. 2 extras. Haven't opened yet, but they look pretty cool. Ooh, something just dropped out. Oh, stickers. There's a keychain. There's little mini cards, like trading cards. The whole package was great, so it was worth the wait. But come on, guys, Ethan, 2.5 years, man. Jesus. That was it. Okay, that was me. Comic book news. Where are we? Copa is saying that hot toddies are amazing even when you're well. Yes, I agree, Copa. I agree. Speaking of Sue Storm, the hottest invisible girl I've never seen. Oh, Jacob, speaking of Sue Storm. Oops. Oh my God, they got me headphones. Speaking of Sue Storm, where are we? Did you see who they've cast for this part? Not a huge giant black lesbian, but surprisingly, a blonde-haired white woman. I think she was in the... what was she in? God, what have I seen recently she was in? Was she in Mission Impossible? Dead Reckoning Part 1. Let's have a look. Fantastic Four. Casting. Where are we? 2025. Rumours. Not coming up at the moment. This is supposedly due out in 2025, if you can believe that. Let's see if there's any news. Vanessa Kirby. Here we go. Just a rumour, yeah? It's a rumour. Let me share screen. 1 second, I'll show you a picture. Vanessa Kirby. The rumours are she may have been cast to play Sue Storm. What do you think? Recognise her? I think I've seen her in a few things. Was she in something else? Was she in Bullet Train? Or no, I think it is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. Okay, now let's go through all 264 of the photos and see how she's looking. Which way do we go? Do we go left? Do we go right? Oh, the decisions. Ah, wasn't a good choice. Vanessa Kirby. Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. Okay, she was in Mission Impossible Fallout. Am I getting mixed up then? Was she not in them? I thought she was in Dead Reckoning too. Mission Impossible Fallout. Hobbs and Shaw. So yeah, they are the rumours. I find another sexy photo, but I can't find one at the moment. Okay, anyway. So yeah, thanks for that, Jacob. You reminded me. There she is. I wonder. And if it's true, Pedro Pascal has been cast as Reed Richards. Jesus. Where are we? Teresa Palmer? Question mark. Ethan is okay with me because he called out the lack with DC ass clowns. Yeah, he's hilarious, and a lot of it's an act, I think, Dwayne. You know, he's really good at like riling people up. He's great on Twitter at times. He just gets people to go, to lose their shit. Hail CLS Studio, good to see you. How are you, man? Are you good? Are you Genki? Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Looking good there. Yeah, nice, Rompy. It's really good. I'm looking forward to it. I've not read it yet. I'm looking forward to reading it, but the look of that Cyberfrog 2 looks amazing. Very happy with it. Very happy it finally came. Yes, the girl in Mission Impossible. Okay, cheers. She had a cameo in Dead Reckoning. She was in Fallout, yeah. Another movie I need to rewatch as well. She did great in Mission Impossible, says Ron P. I enjoyed that movie. Yes. Yeah, me too. Very cool. I think she's a British actress as well. Not that I'm biased. Vanessa Kirby is an English stage, TV and film actress. There we go. From 2016 to 2018, Kirby portrayed Princess Margaret in Peter Morgan's Netflix series The Crown. Okay, she won a BAFTA award for Best Actress in a supporting role for that. Very good. She was in Richard Curtis's romantic comedy About Time and Mission Impossible Fallout. She's known mostly for her stage work. Okay, having won acclaim and awards for various productions, including Streetcar Named Desire with Ben Foster. Very good. Nice. Let's see if we can get some of the overview, what she's been in. But going back to Fantastic Four, guys and girls out there, what do you think of Pedro Pascal being cast in the role of Reed Richards? Interesting choice. Thanks, Jacob. Thanks, Zax. Hey, Hikikomori! Booyah! Good to see you. I admired your review about Godzilla Minus One. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And again, thank you for your comment. Arigato. Arigato gozaimasu. Are you listening to me with subtitles on? I don't think it works, does it? On live stream, you can't do it. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm kind of like 90 miles an hour, frightened of any moment of silence. So yeah, there are things I want to talk about. Do I go a bit of Godzilla or not? No, I think you guys have had enough of Godzilla, haven't you? That's enough. I want to shout out Zax in the chat, because Zax recommended something which I started watching last night. Now, where are we? It's just recently dropped on, I think it's on Paramount Plus. Let's see if we can get some images. Do you know what I'm talking about? Lawmen, is it Bass Reeves? New series. I think there might be 2 or 3 episodes which have dropped so far. I did start watching it last night, and I got to say I like what I see so far. It's been very good. Here we go. Let me share screen. things to recommend, things to talk about. Because this is by the, it's part of the, what do you call it? What's his name? I'm forgetting. Taylor Sheridan, who's been doing all the amazing work at the moment with going back to making good westerns, Western TV shows. Taylor Sheridan, who did 1883, of course. David Oyelowo from Selma is in this as the leading role as Bass Reeves. It's an untold story of the most legendary lawman in the Old West. Okay. Excuse me, burping away here with a coffee. The coffee is coming back on me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Give it a definite recommend. Have a look. Beautifully shot, of course. It looks amazing. Good performances so far from what I've seen. I think I'm halfway through episode 2. So definitely check it out if you've got any interest in the Taylor Sheridan verse, or you want to see a good western. But a very interesting story. I knew, of course, growing up in the UK, I knew nothing about him. I think he's based on a true character. That's right. A lawman, Bass Reeves. Where are we? Let's do a little bit of a history, shall we? Where are we? It was hard to find the page. There is a page about him, but this is more on the actual series. I think it's been getting good reviews. Rotten Tomatoes, 80%. Average review rating, of 6.4 out of 10. Metacritic saying 65 out of 100 based on 16 critics. Yeah, I can't seem to find... Okay, got it. Here we go. Bass Reeves, July 1838 to January 12th, 1910, was a former enslaved person turned American lawman. He was among the first black deputy U.S. Marshals and the first west of the Mississippi River. He worked mostly in the Indian Territory. Are you allowed to say that anymore? There we go. So yeah, fascinating. Really good. Do recommend that. Okay, let's get back. Zax, if you want to talk Bass Reeves, let me know. If you're Genki, I don't know if your voice is holding up or not. I'll shoot you the link, mate. Thank you for the shout out. That's cool. Keanu Reeves over Bass Reeves, says Copa. Do you know, I struggle, Copa. Every time I try and say the name, I want to say bass. Bass. Ooh, because I'm British, I guess. Bass Reeves. Or when I say bass, it makes me think of the fish. Do you know a bass? A nice fried bass. CLS is not in the States yet. Is it December 1st it drops if you're talking Godzilla? It's coming soon. I tell you what, I can't wait till you see it, guys. Man, it's so cool. I just hope you enjoy the Japanese side of the story as well. The focus is on the human characters with Godzilla, a huge frightening force in the background, bringing people together in a way. But it was compelling. It's really well. I think it's well made. It looks good. It's well performed. A little bit emotionally over the top at times, but yeah, I enjoyed it. So yeah, looking forward to seeing the West's reaction to it when it does come out. Exactly, next month. Okay, Zax, interesting. Bass Reeves hits its stride in episode 3. I've got that to look forward to. So yeah, we're getting some good content, aren't we, at last, coming out. Hoping that the Monarch legendary The Monsters TV show is going to be good. It's from Apple, so you can never tell with them. They tend to be, from what I've seen, hit or miss. So, but we've got that to look forward to, and we've got this Bass Reeves, if you like that. 2 very different styles, you can go from one to the other. I like the first 2 episodes, but it jumps around a lot, says Zax. Copa, did that surprise you? Grey rapping the opening bars to White Lines would make my night. Okay, CLS, thanks, mate. You have a good night. It's 12 a.m. I know it's late, the crazy time difference. Have a good one. Have a good sleep, and I hope to see you in a future video. Okay, Zax, I hear you. Well, I don't hear you because your voice is wrecked. I'd love to, says Zax, but my voice doesn't want me to. Have a good one. Hikikomori. The CG was good, but I was concerned that the screen was shaking a little when Godzilla landed on land. Yes, I know what you mean. You'll notice that in the trailers. I tried to get some good screen grabs, some photos, but when you actually pause it, I mean, that's the quality of the video as well, but when you pause it, it's a bit blurry. It's not great. It looks awesome when it's moving. That's a good thing, at least. And the fact that they shot so much in daylight, you know, they were showing Godzilla in daylight, that really impressed me. Think about that. Usually you have these monster movies are set at night because it's easier to cover it, you know, to hide the flaws in the CG. And hey, at least it's not one guy in a big rubber suit doing the effects. So, although I do have kind of fondness for the older movies. Yeah. Bloper get in here. I'd send Bloper the link, Zax, but he's too scary. Bloper, he'll come in, he'll start like sharing crazy books that I've never heard of. Me not get no linky. Bloper, if you want to talk some good TV content, yes, I will. I'll throw you the link, of course. Go to bed. The banana is awake. Jaina, or as Gray used to say, Jana Banana. Jana. How are your pajamas? Are you good? Are you going to the Bahamas, Jana? I hope so. Where are we? While I'm doing this, let me... I don't have any long clips to show, I'm afraid. Can I drop a quick or a longer clip while I try and send someone a link? Here we are. What have I got that's long clip? I don't have any. Oh my goodness. The longest clip I've got is 16 seconds, and you've all seen it like 300 times before. But I don't care. I'm going to drop it.
You're drunk. Just bring out the cakes. Cake and fine wine.
If you don't leave, we'll call the police.
Balls. We want the finest wines available to humanity. We want them here, and we want them now. Miss Blenner has it. Telephone the police.
It's a one-man show. There we go. Okay, link is sent. If Copa's interested. Oh, nice one, Zax. I really appreciate you sharing that. That's cool. I've just seen Twitter. I'm Canadian as well. You like the post? Angry AC, who has also seen Godzilla Minus One. I tell you, I've got quite a lot of comments from people over in living in Japan, gaijins in Japan, who were saying it was so good. There was one guy like saying, I loved it, but I didn't understand a single word that was said. You know, people who, of course, don't have a good Japanese ability, but they still want to go and see it because it's such a visual spectacle at times. So worth seeing. How did my headphones get on the floor again? I've no idea. I'm so excited. See if we get a guest. While we wait for Copa, should we do something weird, a bit weird? Should we go for... Check this out. So I'm all over the place, but I want to have a snack. Here we go. Look at this. A good friend, one of my Mrs. Wakizashi's friends, so the wife's friends, brought these all the way from Scotland. Scotland! I've not had one of these for years. I think the last time I was back in the UK... When was that? Good grief. It's a long time ago now, maybe four years. These are famous. They are Tunnock's milk chocolate tea cakes. Look. Shall I do like an ASMR live eating on stream? Make everybody moist. No, I'm joking. These are so sweet, you wouldn't believe it. I'll probably get a huge sugar high and start like speaking even faster than usual. See how this works. If you're on headphones, how does this sound? Probably sounds really annoying. Problem is though, these have been half destroyed, I think, in bringing them over, but oh, not bad. There's a little dent here, just a small one. So this is a Tunnock's tea cake from Scotland, established 1890. I'm going to take a bite now. Here we go. Are you ready? Oh, I should put some music on. Shouldn't know how to do this. Where are we? A bit of background music. There we go. Let's get the headphones on so I can hear it. Just before I bring Copa in. Look at this. Are you ready? Here we go. I feel like just going like splat. Just doing something completely stupid, something irreverent. I might do it. Should I bring Copa in and make him watch from behind the scenes as I consume this? Copa, how you doing?
What the hell am I watching? I leave to come on, and you have a turd in your hand. What is this?
Have you never heard of Tunnock's tea cakes all the way from Scotland, Copa? Come on, man.
Oh, yeah. I eat those every night before I go to bed.
Oh my god. It's just a huge mess. Look at that.
What's in it?
How are you, man?
Oh, I'm good.
Cream and biscuit and jam.
It's been a mixture of entertainment, hasn't it? All of a sudden, we're getting some good content. Gotten some bad content.
What have you seen that's been good? Have you got anything you can shout out?
Bass Reeves is...
Bass Reeves, yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's good. I've only watched the first 2 episodes, and it's a mixture for me right now. But
okay,
Zach says it really hits its stride episode 3, and he was telling me that he would start the show at that episode. So I'm looking forward to episode 3. There's enough there.
Interesting.
There's enough there to keep me going for sure. It gets a little melodramatic at times for me.
Sounds Japanese. They love the melodrama.
Yeah, there's a little bit of melodrama, like too much going on in there, and then you can tell what gaps they didn't have. They had to fill with his history with the Civil War, and then him becoming a deputy. That time span in between, it really felt. Some of it felt a little forced, but we had on What's Good, Machismo, and he's kind of a historian on Bass Reeves, and he really filled us in with like the history and stuff like that, and some of it actually in the show is quite true, believe it or not. So, I didn't think he knew like the native languages and stuff like that, but he surely did. So that's how.
Question is, Copa, what people want to know. Sorry, just wiping off them.
What?
What was saying?
Yeah, no, this is good TV. Wipe off.
Is it woke? Is it woke, Copa?
I don't
That's
think
the
so.
question.
Nah, I don't feel. I don't feel.
I
like
don't
it's
think
woke.
so either. Not from what I've seen, but I'm Mr. Positive, so I kind of miss a lot of the.
No, but he did.
coding.
I guess you can say it's woke in the sense of. I guess Bass Reeves and his master had a decent relationship with each other. Like they had a respectable.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, and in the show it's quite different, obviously. And I think that was a call specifically because they can't show a slave master and a Confederate lieutenant be sympathetic whatsoever in this day and age. Outside of that, I don't think it's woke at all.
No.
So, but yeah, I'm enjoying it so far.
Good. And are you going to watch Monarch, the Apple TV legendary monsters? Come on.
Kurt Russell?
Yeah.
How can I miss out on Kurt Russell?
Enough said.
Yeah. And he's acting with his son Wyatt. I don't know if that's their first time together or not, but Wyatt's okay. There's usually actors' sons don't usually transfer well, like their father's footsteps. But Michael Douglas is one of them, and I think Wyatt Russell could easily. I thought Scott Eastwood, Clint Eastwood's son, was going to be a bigger success than he was, but he can't seem to get like a decent role.
Did you see what's he called? I'm forgetting his first name, but one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's sons, is in the Gen V series. I think it might be Patrick.
Oh, is it Patrick? No, but Zax did share that trailer with us last night with Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mexican son.
I haven't seen that.
It's called to Duty. You should watch the trailer.
Really?
Here on the show. Yeah, it's about an all-female fighting force, Navy. What is it? They're like the Blue Angels, but they're called the Lady Wings or some shit like that. Oh my god,
the Lady Wings,
something like that. It's something stupid. And so, for some reason, this mission they're called upon needs like aviational tricksters, and they have to be all female as well. And he's in it.
Okay.
Arnold's Mexican son is in it as well. He's like one of the pilots that doesn't respect women or whatever. It looks really good. It's an Academy. It's clearly up for major awards.
Ooh.
It's called to Duty. The Lady Wings.
You guys talking about that in the chat, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Something here to share. I want to share something of your channel, Copa. Where are we? Because I've got to say, ladies and gentlemen, you haven't seen this yet. Copa dropped a fucking awesome review of Sanctuary, the best TV show that you're not watching. Where are we? Let's just share that. I've got you here. Boom. Yeah. Oh my god, it's doing really well. I thought it wasn't getting views. Nice one, 842. That is cool, man.
Yeah, I changed the thumbnail and all of a sudden it shot up. So it was a thumbnail thing.
Look at you YouTube professional, you.
Oh no, I know.
Changing thumbnails. So it does make a difference, yeah, Copa.
Oh yeah. Like when you see your click-through rate dismal, like YouTube sending out, like I had 3,000 like hits, like people saw it, but they never clicked on it.
Right.
So my click-through rate was really dismal. So that tells me it's a thumbnail thing. And as soon as I changed it,
usually only Godzilla wasn't. That's the first time it's been decent.
Oh man, your Godzilla review. I'm surprised you're streaming tonight, not on your yacht.
Retiring on the
with your fancy YouTube money. Now that you review Godzilla all the time.
I'll tell you what though, Copa, it's mad. It's done pretty well, of course, and think about people who are getting those kind of numbers on every video they do. It's like, oh my god, you understand? You can. People can actually make a living. I thought they were making a living because of the super chats and the memberships. I'm talking about huge channels here, but I thought there wasn't much revenue coming from the ads. From what I've seen until now. But I've actually, wow, this is the first time I've got more than like $10 for a video. Amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I could retire on that, kind of $10. There we go.
Dude, I know a couple people now who are like, yeah, I'm doing it full time.
Serious?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Like they stopped doing their day job and they're doing YouTube full time, and like they'll drop a video and easily get like 100,000 views. And it's like, good for you, man.
That's great. Yeah, if you can do it. Nice work if you can get it, as we used to say. Megaloloid's here. Lady Wings? Sounds like
it's a Lady Wings.
Lady Fingers, anybody? Jane is saying that those thumbnails are awesome. Did she make them? That's the question. Is that why?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I dropped two videos in 2 days. I'm proud of myself. Just pat myself on the back right now, everybody. I haven't done a video in like a month, and then all of a sudden I do 2 in 2 days. The Sanctuary
come
video.
On, man. You work hard on yours. You actually, you write them all out. You script things and you put it together. You edit them with great clips and things. I'm just like, okay, here we go. Start recording. Blah, 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 blah. That's it.
It's easy. You type in Chat GPT like Sanctuary review.
I don't believe it.
I never even seen Sanctuary, let alone, review it. But
can you become my new Zaxxon and come on and like review something that you haven't seen yet? Yeah, I'll give it a 7.5. It's pretty good.
No one can do what Zax does, which is blind review, which I keep hassling him that he needs to do this for his channel because it'll blow up. Because what I've noticed is like people in your comment section will comment on your title but never watch the actual review. So if you have a really good title, that will piss everybody off, man. Like they won't even watch a review. They'll just come in, they'll dislike your video, which is still a hit, and it will still bump you up in the algorithm. And then they'll comment and tell you how much of a piece of shit you are. And you're like, that's great. Like, thank you for doing all this for me and my channel. And then you'll make big money like you do with your Godzilla reviews.
Hey, there's a first time for everything. Yeah. And let's shout out, we got Mrs. Sassy Sasquatch in the chat.
Sassy's here.
Great to see you. You, Culprit. It's your pulling power, bringing people in.
Oh, well, it's the head.
There we go. Come on. Zach's is showing the Call to Duty trailer, so I think that means we have to react to it. But people have already seen it, haven't they? If they watched What's Good.
Dude, it's so good. No.
Is it worth a look? Yeah, definitely.
If you want a good laugh, let's have a good laugh.
Let's have a look. Let's just copy that and put it in. Okie dokie. Yes, I'm always up for a good laugh, Copa. That's my life.
It blows Top Gun Maverick right out of the water. Like,
really?
You're shocked that you haven't heard of this movie yet, but you will. You'll definitely hear about it soon enough.
Oh, thanks so much for subscribing, Mrs. Sassy. That's awesome. You star. I appreciate it. And Blair. Oh, Blair, mate. Shout out to Blair He's, I think he's completely wrapped up in bandages. He can't move. He's, what do you call it? He had a terrible accident and he's in hospital recovering. But, being serious for a minute, I hope you're feeling better, mate. I hope you're Genki.
Yeah. Get well soon, Blair.
Get well soon. Be Genki. Okay. As you know, Copa, I'm new to YouTube. How does it work with showing trailers? How much can you get away with? Like, I'm not bothered about the monetization for this,
I don't know.
This live
I don't know. Usually play like 7 to 10 seconds. You'll be okay.
Do it in stages, ladies. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Call to Duty Trailer 2 from Vision Films. Wow, only 8.29 subscribers. Okay, let's make this full screen. Check the sound.
What are we doing here with Charlie's Angels, man?
You might be a pilot, but it don't mean you can fly.
Maybe we could borrow a few.
Look, Copa, you might be a pilot, but it don't mean you can fly.
It doesn't mean you can fly, buddy. Isn't that great dialogue, though?
It is. It's so natural. I'm going to write it down. Just let me write it down. Yeah. So don't forget. Let's get a bit more.
The men for some dogfight simulation.
This is more the music you got to be careful of, haven't you?
Yeah. Whoa.
This looks amazing. This looks better than Maverick, Copa. What are you guys talking about?
Doesn't this feel like that at any given moment it's going to turn into an adult movie?
It does. Does it not? Oh
yeah.
No, what a disappointment. Hey Jay, Desolate Soul Studio. Sensei's on tonight.
Jay!
I haven't done my Shiko drills.
Jay's another Sanctuary fan.
Yes, shout out to it.
And this is all from your channel, by the way. It's all from your recommendation that everybody.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, right. No one paid attention to mine though. Not until Zach's covered it on his channel.
Dude, you're batting. You're literally batting 1,000 with your recommendations. Now I can't watch Midnight Diner though. Like for the life
long.
of me. Well, it's not
too
that.
Nice.
It's like
it's too soulful.
I can only watch a lot of times. I can only watch things like late at night because of the daughter. So I turn it on, and the first scene is them searing bacon inside a frying pan, and I'm like, I'm too hungry now. I can't watch this. I've yet to get past that one opening shot.
That song is so sad. That Japanese song they sing in, like it's like a soulful, mournful song.
Yeah,
it makes me want to cry. But Nosferatu, he claims that he never skips it. It's like it's the one intro I never skip.
He's such a sentimental fool.
I know. He acts all hard and cocky, but really, he's a teddy bear, isn't he?
He's a softie.
Awesome One saying Gray's top tier. Thank you, Awesome One. Only because you're in the chat. Okay, let's get on with the trailer. Should we play a bit more, Copa?
Yeah,
does it get better?
All right, ladies, time to open the umbrella. Got locked. Drink it.
What does open the umbrella mean? Is that code for something naughty, Copa?
It's been a while since I've flown from the Navy, but I'm pretty sure that means to, spread them out. Just like the ladies would,
Opening.
Yeah, just open it up.
It could be. Let's see.
Oh no! These girls are all over the place! I told you!
Lock 'em and dock 'em, team.
Lock 'em and dock 'em, team.
Lock 'em and dock 'em.
Let's go down a little bit. I want to get some information on this. So this is a real film. You guys were... Oh, comments are turned off.
The comments are turned off.
No.
There's no description in the trailer. The trailer has like over 40,000 views on it, but they only have like 100 or like 1,000 subscribers or whatever. Or maybe 100 subscribers.
The subs, yeah, it's 8.29 thousand now subscribers.
Oh, okay,
yeah, 180,000 views. That is amazing. Jesus, that's more than my Godzilla video, Copa. Amazing.
And how come you haven't seen this yet? You should review this.
I should. Is this about the Blue Angels? Asks Awesome One.
Yeah, there's no way the shots of the planes are from an air show that the filmmakers just went to and plopped a camera.
You just ruined it for me. I thought they were real. Real shots. Real CG, sorry. It does look amazing, Jay. You're right, doesn't it? Okay, let's go a little bit more. Where are we? Boom.
We have a situation that is escalating rather quickly.
There's no way that he's giving this press briefing at like maybe a hotel, like in a
Look
hotel
at the background.
ballroom.
Look at the detail there. Come on.
Does this not feel like the Department of Defense of the United States?
Oh God, it looks awesome. Capitino's saying that it's $4.99 US to rent on Prime.
Yeah. And
Would you pay $5?
Apparently it's on Amazon Prime for free in Canada.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Zach's just go watch it.
It might be on for free in Japan. I'll have to check after this stream.
Yeah, it's not here. I had to find it on the high seas, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But I found it. And we'll watch it.
Thomas Paul's saying it's stunning, absolutely stunning that women can, even if only as actors in a film, use military jargon, like opening the umbrella. Okay.
I am seeking the best of the best. We're going to need pilots with exceptional skills, and we don't have time to train for this.
U.S. Navy has agreed to assist.
Wait a minute, Copa. We don't have time to train for this.
No.
What?
No. We just have to have the Lady Blue Angels come in and for some reason it has to be these female pilots. It can't be anybody else. They have to be the best of the best and entertaining and recruiting.
They do. Do we know the numbers? It looks like it had a huge budget, asks Jay. I'd have to
I don't know. What is the going price of getting into an air show? That was pretty much the budget.
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, this is a good point as well. Thomas is saying, I'm guessing like 499 people who buy rent this film probably thought it was Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You know, oh, Call of Duty, a movie, I'm getting this. Very clever use of the title there, Copa.
And some of their promotional material, because we were looking it up last night.
Okay.
It was like Arnold Schwarzenegger's son, and then whatever his name is, I can't think of it off the top of my head. But every time they would use him in the promotional material, it was always billed as Arnold Schwarzenegger's son, and then his name. Like he wasn't like by himself, you know. He's not like an autonomous person. He's Arnold Schwarzenegger's son. I don't know if that helped or hurt their box office numbers. Well, Wing Girls, that's who they are. There you go. You see, and they have you know, Christianity up front and center as well. And
hey, it's good to see that it's not being dissed for a change. You know,
yeah.
You know, in a Western movie. Oh man, there we go further. Okay, let's go.
Your country, you do it.
Oh my god. Yeah. I want to get the dialogue. Let's just skip all the air show scenes. Here we go. Over here. Most replay.
You fly under one
there he
flag.
Is. Was that him?
That was him.
He's only in it just for a second. There we go.
You fly, you know, these are two branches of military, but you fly under one flag. He makes sure we understand what we're doing here.
Oh god.
This is acting 101, Gray.
It is. I think we could do a good job. We could do a better job than this. We should be in this movie, Colbert. What do you reckon?
Oh my god, let's do it. Like all of us, do a similar movie like this. I'm down. Let's do it.
Down for it. Let's do it. Based, says Zax. Amazing. Yeah. Very impressive. Okay, I can't handle anymore. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop sharing unless it's worth seeing anymore. Colbert, what do you reckon?
It is, because not only do we have aerial shots from the Blue Angels and stuff that they stole, but they also use like video game footage from whatever video game, I don't know. But if you like if you skip ahead, like they'll start showing a lot of action shots. Yeah, like there. This is all like video game footage.
To some of us, that means everything.
Oh, the song is doing me head in as well. Gonna tear it all down. Okay. Wow. So thank you for the recommendation.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a wild Mrs. Wakizashi coming into the room. How you doing? Are you good? Yeah. That's the Pink Angels, Copa, says Jacob.
True. Fact check.
By the way, Copa, can you hear the rattling in the background? I don't mean Mrs. Wakizashi's like skeleton, but the what do you call it? The screen doors we have on the windows are shaking with the wind. It's crazy.
No, and I'd pick up something like that right away. I would literally hop off the stream.
You're an audiophile. That's awesome.
I have to be. I'm blind. I'm legally blind, so my hearing is exceptional. My sense.
Can you vamp, Copa, briefly about anything? Can you vamp for like a minute? I need to go mute.
Sure.
Go on, you can do it.
Yeah, I can
Great,
totally.
You skip when they all hold hands, said Zax. Oh,
I know.
Sorry, Zax.
It's awful. They had a sisterly moment though. But yeah, so what I have been watching, guys, back to back, is total garbage. Like, I know we like to talk about what's good and stuff like that, but my last 2 days in entertainment has been absolutely dreadful. First, last night, watched The Killer. It is a masterclass in how to bore your audience. If you guys are looking for any kind of sleep aid, turn on The Killer, and I guarantee you'll be asleep within the next 15 minutes after turning it on. You're welcome. You're welcome, Night Owls, for that little recommendation. Absolutely, unequivocally, the worst David Fincher film he's ever made, and I'm not including Alien 3. Alien 3 was obviously made by the studio, so, and he had no say in the final product. But man, I was so disappointed in The Killer because the preview looked good, but it's the same premise as you'll watch in any other action movie. It's literally John Wick, but the dog lives, or Taken, but the daughter never gets abducted. Like, someone hurts the one thing that he loves, so he goes after everybody, and it's like, this is the story we've seen millions and millions of times before. And there's nothing new to this spin at all. And Michael Fassbender, he really tries to make the character interesting, but everything just falls flat. There's not enough action not enough action to consider it an action movie. And there's plenty of adventure, but I mean, who wants to watch a guy drive around in his car for 2 hours? And that's kind of what it is. There's a lot of driving scenes. Back to you, Greg.
Thank you, Mrs. Wakizashi. Yeah, I appreciate that. You star. So got a hot take from Zax. I agree. I thought it was very, very slow. It looked beautiful. It looked gorgeous. But what did you think of the Smiths on the soundtrack?
I love the Smiths,
but it didn't suit, I thought, the movie or his character. Really.
No, it didn't. Like, it was really weird, and especially the opening scene. Like, first of all, you're 23 minutes deep before he starts actually doing his job, and the rest of the time is him waiting.
Okay.
But if you remember, they like intercut the Smiths to like these really quiet, muted moments. So anytime you're not looking down the scope, like if you're like a medium shot behind him, it's just this quiet, muted setting. But as soon as they cut to like a point of view shot of him looking down the scope, it's just blasting the Smiths, and it just doesn't work. Like, I know what they're trying to go for, but at the same time, it adds no tension to it. It's actually really annoying. And then the use of the Smiths itself, like, his character just doesn't fit the Smiths. I would think more like maybe 9 Inch Nails or something like that, because that's a more nihilistic band than the Smiths. The Smiths are just depressing.
Yeah, it was very strange. I mean, I was surprised to hear that. I was like, no way, that's rare that we get to hear a bit of Morrissey whinging away, like, oh, I don't like Sundays. But yeah, it didn't match that movie. Didn't really have a good effect, I thought. This is a shame. Yeah. There was one good action scene, I want the Copa. There was one decent, brutal fight. When I checked the character's name, it's called The Brute. The guy who fights in his house after he takes out his dog. That was pretty cool. It's like, why can't we have more of that?
It was cool. It was, and like I was saying, this movie is billed as an action adventure, but there's not much action involved, and the adventure part is just him jet setting and kind of keeping one eye over the shoulder, which was suspenseful. Like the guy in the Argyle socks, you're like, oh shit, he's following him around. But
yeah,
like nothing ever comes of it. And he's just like paranoid for a little bit. And then he gets to the Dominican Republic, and it's 5 minutes of him driving through the Dominican Republic. And it's like, I don't want to watch this shit. I don't want to watch a guy drive around all the time. I could go in my car and do this myself. But that's just me. Like, I like the way he said Argyle socks. That's why I was laughing. I wasn't laughing at what you were saying. Oh, no, you can laugh at what
the
I'm saying.
Argyle socks.
The guy with the...
It's weird that, the characters, and Tilda Swinton. I quite like her in some things, but I don't know. She didn't seem to fit the character, again, the movie.
And like Fassbender himself, like, he usually is a scene chewer, and he can easily like command an entire film by himself. But
yeah,
like by the end of this film, I felt like his acting skills were limping away with like trying to carry this whole thing by himself. I thought the one thing that was interesting about The Killer, the one thing I did like, is that it got you thinking, like, dude, how many times have you like rubbed shoulders with somebody and they were like an assassin, or like they've killed people for a living or whatever? Like, it made you think that way, because he does blend in with everybody. He just seems like a normal guy. He's the anti-James Bond, you know?
Yeah.
He's not suave at all. He eats at McDonald's. He drinks Starbucks. So he's the anti-James Bond. And it makes you think that way. But once you turn off the TV, that thought doesn't haunt you anymore. And that's what Fincher is usually good at, is like when you turn off his movie or whatever, his movies still haunt you.
Still
long
thinking
after.
about it.
Yeah, you're still thinking about it. But this one, I was like, man, that's a pretty interesting thing to think about. And then when I turned off the TV, I noticed, like, the next day I was like, oh, I'm not even thinking about that, like getting that same kind of concept running through my mind anymore. It's very interesting that the calls that they made with this movie.
I agree. I'm trying to just get bringing up some of the reviews, see what people are saying. I think it's been quite divisive, hasn't it? It's been quite mixed, the reaction so far, from what I've heard.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Bother with
Another
tomatoes.
Another decisive one is divisive one is one I watched tonight, which is Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, the new Netflix animated show about Scott Pilgrim.
Okay, you watched that? Yeah.
Fucking awful.
Is it terrible?
Oh, one of the worst things
I've
I've seen this year. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, no.
It's Kevin Smith's He-Man all over again. All over again. Stay away. If you're a Scott Pilgrim fan whatsoever, books, movie, whatever, stay away from this. This is not for you. And what's even more whack about this entire situation is that the creator of Scott Pilgrim, of the books, the writer, he's actually the showrunner and producer of the show, and he actually written these episodes. But it's just, he's like George Lucas seeing everything. Like, it's the same premise as the movie. Like, the first episode is the first act of the movie. But one particular change is that Scott loses the first fight with Matthew Patel. And then he disappears for the rest of his show. Like, he's not in the show anymore. It's all about Ramona Flowers instead. It's just He-Man once again.
Oh my God, what are they doing?
I don't know. I can't tell you. Like, it's completely fine if you're a creator of your own intellectual property and you want to change things up like George Lucas did with the special editions of Star Wars, but don't expect the fans to go along with it.
How about this, Copa, for an animated recommendation? I was just looking for this and I saw a comment in the chat about it as well. Who was talking about it? Jay.
Yeah.
Watch Blue Eye Samurai and thank me later. Now, before we go any further, I think I can get you interested immediately with this by the content warning. Contains violence, sex, nudity, and sexual violence. Oh my God.
I'm in.
I'm in. It's like... Sorry.
I want to watch this right now. Yeah, I think Jay recommended this to me like last week too.
Okay. I'll just take it down. Just like animation's gorgeous. I've only got 2 episodes in. It looks amazing. It looks like this. Just be careful because of Netflix and anime, but yeah, very exciting. Okay, it's not showing that much. So thanks for that recommendation, Jay. I agree. Blue Eye Samurai, give it a look.
What's that anime that's coming out where they used Toshiro Mifune as a character? Do you remember?
Is that Onimusha? This one?
Yeah, that was probably it. Yeah. And they completely ripped off his likeness. Yeah.
Featuring Toshiro Mifune, you're right.
Obviously,
the demonic soul.
Yeah, obviously. Have you watched it? Obviously, you haven't.
I haven't. No, I've not looked at this yet. I don't know if it's good or not.
Jay, you watched Omni Musha yet?
Let's have a look at some of the animation.
What is
right. It is Toshi. It's Toshiro. Oh my god.
Yeah. Is his royalty checks not cashed anymore there in Japan?
Obviously not.
You gotta sell his likeness? Okay. Jay says it's pretty good.
Okay, Onimusha's pretty good too. Worth a look. I tell you, Copa, we're spoiled for choice at the moment. It's hard to keep up with all these series. But yeah. Onimusha, I'll have a look. Thank you for the shout out, for the recommendation.
Especially with Taylor Sheridan pumping out as many shows as he does now.
Yes. Yes, and he is pumping them out, isn't he? Literally.
I mean, he's only an executive producer on Bass Reeves. Like, he's not the showrunner, but still, I mean, this guy is involved with some good to great shows all around.
Yeah.
I think there's only one that Pops didn't like, and I can't remember the name of it. But the rest of them are bangers. Like, Tulsa King is really good too.
That was really good. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But
I think there's talking about Blue Eye Samurai. If you've not got Netflix, the first episode is available for free on YouTube, isn't it? Yeah. Just double checking, and it's an hour long. Copa, the first one. First episode.
Is it?
Jesus.
I'm on Demon Slayer, the fourth story arc. That's the one I'm watching right now.
Oh, were you watching that? Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it's addicting. It's the typical anime where like they'll like a lot of the dialogue is exposition.
Yeah.
But
sure.
For some reason it's addicting to me. Like, there's a lot of great characters in that show that keeps me watching. Have you watched it at all?
I've like dipped in and out of it. I haven't even finished the first season, but the animation is gorgeous. Man. But I don't know. I just can't get into anime. Maybe it's what you were saying. It's the kind of slowness of the stories, which people rave about. You know, that it builds up and builds up. I don't know.
Yeah, what's neat about Demon Slayer is they'll have fight scenes that last like 5-6 episodes. Like, especially in the later seasons, like season 3, I think the final fight scene lasts at least 6 episodes long.
Oh, seriously? No way.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, it builds up, it builds up this whole like narrative construct to get to that fight scene, and then so you're watching the show and you're like, okay, this is cool, and they'll have fights here and there, but it's nothing spectacular. And then you start this, like in season 3, you start this fight scene, and you're like, dude, they're really going to battle the like main guy now? Like, what are they going to do for the rest of the season? And it's like, oh no, they're just going to fight him for 6 to 8 episodes. And it's great stuff. You're like compelled to watch the next episode.
Jay saying Demon Slayer is amazing. You're going to love the end of the 4th arc.
Yeah, that's the one I'm on right now. The Sword Village arc, I believe is what it's called. But my favorite one is the Train Story arc, because they have this like really quirky character in it that helps out our hero throughout his journey, becoming a Demon Slayer. And he's just a really quirky, funny character. So if you could sit through Gray, the second season is really good. It is a really funny character that you follow around. And the seasons aren't that long too. They're only like, they're only like 6 to 8 episodes.
Let's take a chance, because we're going to share a little bit of the Blue Eye Samurai animation, the free episode on YouTube, so it should be okay. Let's have a look at this. Where are we? So that's what I was always talking about, sending his pinky finger to me.
Well, he owes you a pinky finger.
Get his wrench back.
Oh man, dude, that was fucked up. I'm just saying. He straight up told you too. He's like, I'm leaving. This Godzilla talk bores me. That's exactly what he said.
It's not fucked up. It's just, I thought you guys were just like taking the piss. You're breaking his balls, aren't you? Come on.
Yeah.
You're teasing me. Jane's got to go to bed. You take care. Have a good sleep. Have a good night.
Good night, honey. You're not supposed to be awake anyways. The hell? She went to bed like 2 hours ago. I almost took her phone away. Like, I was genuinely shocked in your chat. Like, I'm like, what is my wife doing here? She's checking in on me.
She can't stay away. Come on, it's me, Copa. It's not you.
That's true.
It's me.
That's true. That's very true.
Now, listen, I'm going to have to, and I hate to do this as well, because we've got 23 people watching, which is amazing. I'm going to have to wrap things up. Things to do.
Is
oh my
Mrs.
God.
Mrs. Wakizashi making us rap?
She's got a blowpipe. You can't see it.
That makes sense. Yeah,
right now.
we better wrap it up then.
No, but listen, I really appreciate you coming on, and it's great to talk about Lawmen. Perhaps Reeves, something good, which appears to be. I think it's good so far, but from what we've heard from Zax and you, it's going to be getting better from episode 3. Also, Monarch the series coming out as well, dropping. That looks interesting with the Godzilla hype at the moment. And speaking of that, Copa, are you going to go see it at the theatre, Godzilla Minus One, when it drops?
Yeah, that deserves a theater.
The sound, the audio, the soundtrack, just even that.
And it looks amazing. And you're telling me the budget was $15 million?
That is insane, isn't it? It's like, seriously?
That's what I'm talking about, though. That's what we need to get back to. You know, that's what they did with the creator. The creator was only $45 to $55 million.
Yeah.
And it looks like
I haven't seen that.
The atmosphere and the CGI is really good. The story is shit. So don't go into it looking for a good story, but it looks like it
really.
Yeah, but it looks like it should be part of the Blade Runner universe, so you'll like it.
IMAX's Dwayne Muth and Cavatina was saying, had to touch my fingers. That scene was vicious. Yeah.
It was.
Oh my God. She could have killed he could have killed the guy, but decided to take off a couple of fingers instead so he can't, pull the trigger with his good hand.
Yep.
And good to see Bandito Bane. Good to see you, man. I hope you're Genki. Hey, shout out. So Copa, before we finish, do you have anything you want to shout out apart from your Sanctuary review, which is awesome?
You check out my Sanctuary review, and if you want to see me bullshit on Marvels, you could check out that review. They came out back to back. And then I'm going to be reviewing The Killers.
Oh, you're going to do one? Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm going to review Scott Pilgrim Fucks Off, or whatever that piece of shit it's called.
Fucks Off. Scott Pilgrim fucks off for breakfast. Let me just paste
it's awful,
the channel.
It is so bad. It made my soul melt. What soul I had left, it's gone because of that.
It's gone.
It's gone.
No,
it's not coming back. So yeah, I got those things coming up, and I should be on tomorrow, Circle of Jerks, and I think it's on Flaccid's channel. So,
okay.
Flacid or Fanarchy or one of the 15 channels he has on the interwebs. It's on there somewhere.
Can't keep track of them. No way.
No, he just makes a new one once a week.
He does. Do subscribe to Copa Ex Machina if you've not, but you already are. If you're here, you already are, aren't you? Come on, you know that. And great to see that your One Piece video did so well, mate.
Oh,
over 7.1k. That's cool.
Yeah, it's no Godzilla.
The comments in that were classic. Come on, Copa. The comments were amazing, weren't they? People so angry at you.
Man, they're like, and I don't understand why, because I said I loved it, but like you say that, certain episodes drag, and everybody like tries to come at you, and I'm like, dude, like I said, it was good.
Yeah,
but like rabid fan bases are something else. But it's really fun to deal with them as well.
Some people couldn't deal with your sarcasm or your satire, your sense of humor, maybe, or all the puking scenes. It could have been that.
Oh yeah, that too. Like I got a lot of flack for all the puking scenes, but
that was funny. That was funny.
It was. Hey, it was October. It's Spooktober. You got to have some grossness to it.
Absolutely. Okay. Oh, no way. Ginger Ninja's got 100th stream, has he? I didn't know, Bandito. I haven't heard. I will have to check out. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. And also one before we go, almost watched a normie review of Marvels, but it hurt too much. Well, that's it. I haven't seen any normie reviews. I've seen a couple of, people like saying it's a bit of a nightmare, but I wonder if people like it. There are people out there who like it, obviously, aren't there, Copa?
There's I don't know, yeah, I love the Marvels. I never seen Captain Marvel, and I will never see the Marvels, but yeah, I mean, I loved it. The only reason why I did a video is because I had like 5 or 6 people go, "Are you going to review the Marvels?" And I'm like, "No, fuck no. I'm not gonna watch that show or that movie." But,
all right.
Yeah.
Man.
So then I was like, okay, like if I was to do a video on the Marvels, how I'd do it, and it was like top 5 reasons why I'm not watching the Marvels, and then like one of it is cats are cringe and Brie Larson's in it, and there's women in it. That was like number 4. There's women in it. Gross.
There's too many women in this movie.
Oh God. Oh, and number 2 was the size of their heads. Like giant heads. Their heads are bigger than mine. So yeah, so that was number 2. So yeah, if you want to watch me like just fuck around and show you why I didn't watch the Marvels, come check out that little piece I did.
Do it. Yeah, do it now. Check it out. Thanks a million, Copa. Thanks for coming on. Short notice as usual.
Yeah,
and
dude.
Yeah.
No problem.
Let's catch up soon, hopefully with Zach's next time when he finally recovers from his dodgy bug.
Dude, triple AIDS.
Triple AIDS, oh no.
He's got triple AIDS.
They'll sort him out. My God, they'll get him hooked, won't they? He'll be addicted before we know it.
He's addicted to antibiotics.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much for watching this far. I really appreciate it. Shout out to the members. Shout out to Copa. Everyone who's gone to bed. Everyone who's still here. You guys and girls rule out there. Thank you. And we'll see you very soon. See you in 7, hopefully.